Hello,
Good morning.
good morning. How are
How are
you?
you? I'm fine,
I'm,
thank you.
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Okay, where are you calling from?
I'm from Patna.
All right. Okay, so shall we begin?
Yeah,
Is there any specific topic that you want to talk about today?
no, it's as you wish. Like, we can talk on anything.
Okay, all right. Fine. So, since you're from Patna, have you grown up there too?
Yeah, like since childhood, I have been staying in Patna, and
Okay.
the two locations of Patna, like for the first 13 or 14 years, I have been in at another location, and then we shifted to another place in Patna itself, and
Okay.
it's been like that.
Okay, great. All right. So tell me, what is the best thing that you like about Patna? What is the thing that makes you the proudest of that place?
Uh, I've never thought that way. I mean, if I talk about myself, my past life, I have been a pessimist. And in that way, if I find my place, so much negativity around in the society and all, like the people everywhere, the superstition first thing, and
Is
then
too strong.
even the crime earlier used to be, now it has changed. So of course, I'm proud of that, that of course we have changed a lot. And
Okay, that's good.
when I was just 5 or 6 or even 10 or 12, the
Mm,
crime rate was too high, and now it has become a pretty peaceful and nice, a
okay.
lot better than that. So of course,
Okay.
that is one thing that I'm proud of. And the other thing, like so many people are very peaceful, very calm, and very friendly. So that is the
Mm,
another thing. But of course, like everything has its pros and cons. So in
yeah.
that way, I was trying to tell the first thing that when I was a pessimist, I used to see only the negatives, and when I started changing myself, I can see all these things as well. That this is how we have changed or evolved. So of course, I'm proud of that changing.
Wonderful. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So can you tell me about a passion that you have or a hobby that you follow dearly?
I was passionate about cricket and music as well. So even today, I feel that passion in me, and like I hardly play, but when it comes to watch, I can watch even the test matches throughout the whole day. So that is
Okay.
what I have been
You
doing,
never get
and
tired of watching.
I never get tired. Or I mean, that interest in cricket is still there. So
Okay.
some people find it hard, and they think that it is waste of time. But for
Mm,
me, it is like it is my life. If I
mm,
would not do this, I would not be able to enjoy my life. So if
right.
it interests me and if it makes me happy, then other things hardly matter. If I have time, I can do it. If I do not have time, of course, I will have to do some certain other things and try to look forward. So that is still there. But of course, when I have time, I can do that. Or most of the time, I do that.
Great. So what line of profession are you into?
I'm teaching and like
You're teaching.
private tuition.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, so now we'll do this.
And like I would like to add one more thing, that
Mm,
this is the reason I have been working on my English, that I want to improve myself as much as if somebody listens to me, he or she could get inspired that okay, this is the person
wonderful.
I want to interact with, or I want him as a tutor, so that I could
Wonderful.
explore my horizon in that
Very
and
good.
help as many person as I can.
Yes. So um, I can see that this is your 153rd class. So you have been on Clappingo for a while now, right?
Yeah.
So can you describe to me how the journey has been for you? Do you feel that you have improved your speaking abilities? Have you achieved more fluency than before? How was it when you started off, and how is the difference now?
Yeah. So when I had started, I was a bit confused person. Like I hardly used to speak, or I hardly was able to speak anything.
Really?
Yeah, but
Okay.
now it has changed. But sometimes I feel like if the topic is new to me, I get stuck, or there is back in my mind I have that self doubt that if I would be able to speak or not. And in that sense, whenever I speak, I feel like that I'm still at the same level where I'm unable to speak. It's like the fluency is not there. So
That
even if
may be
I,
not
yeah,
the reality, because certain topics, when you don't have knowledge of, then you tend to get stuck because you don't have points coming out, right? So
right,
that could be the reason. From
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
however
of course,
you're speaking, and from how much ever I've heard till now for the past 5 minutes, I can see that you are able to speak English fine. Your grammar is correct, your tenses are correct, so that is very good. So that is why I asked you whether in the beginning, from the beginning itself,
yeah,
you were able to speak fine, or like when you started off, was it different? So I wanted
yeah,
to
of
know
course,
the whether you achieved this over the course of time, or you
so
were already aware. Yeah.
yeah, of course. So I would like to explain it a little further. Like
Yeah.
the grammar part was all okay because I have been teaching even English. So the grammar part was okay, but the way I have learned English, or the way generally all these learners who are from
Yeah.
Hindi speaking nations, so they all learn it from like first they learn to translate and then they go on. So that is
Yeah.
how I have learned as well. So before I joined Clappingo, like my grammar was good, but sometimes I used to translate. But now
Right.
I can think in English. That is the
Wonderful.
one improvement that I have achieved. But
Excellent.
of course,
Excellent.
I feel like when it comes to, I mean, the fluency part, I need to work a lot and I need to improve a lot. The
Yeah,
level
in
where
when it
I want to reach.
otherwise also, when it comes to learning English, there's never a point where we can say that we are perfect in English, because there's always room for improvement, there's always scope for improvement. So we are all on the journey of improving itself. So as long as you are striving to achieve that, achieve every day should be better than before, so
Yeah,
then it's fine. Yeah.
right.
All right. Okay. Now we'll do this small exercise called extempore. I'll give you simple topics that you'll already be aware of, the meaning you'll be already aware of, and you just go on talking about your ideas and opinions on
Okay.
that topic.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first topic is never judge a book by its cover.
Okay. Uh, it's like, of course, when it is said never judge a book by its cover. In fact, it's like you cannot judge people from the first experience, like the first encounter. You cannot judge them by their look and all.
Absolutely.
So it's, I mean, I generally believe in this, and I have never done this, and I think the people who does this, it is useless to do such thing.
Yeah.
It should
Yeah.
not be done, and unless we get the full picture of something, we cannot. It's not about the people; it's about everything. Any other ideas or any other, I mean, event or anything. If we are judging it by only by its design or its uh, cover, we are doing certainly the wrong thing. Unless we get into the details and we
Yeah.
get to know that what is all about, how will it affect, what are the area it covers, we need to all these things to judge. And in fact, on this part, I would say that we should never judge anyone. It's
Right.
all about the situation, what somebody or someone is doing, or what the situation is. So it all depends on that. So we should never judge anyone. We should only accept the way things are, the way people are, and then we need to move ahead, try to look forward, that if
Correct.
something is wrong, what are the things that can be done to improve it. uh, and if
Yes.
it is good, it's okay, let's enjoy.
Absolutely. Okay. So before proceeding, I just want to ask you one thing. All right.
Yeah.
So you said you studied in Hindi medium?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you now. I come across a lot of people who have great difficulties in their tenses. All right, so I want to know from you, how did you learn? Was it from school, or did you do an extra? Did you put in an extra effort from your end to
Mm.
learn all that properly? So just tell me that, so that I can help other people with that who are struggling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So of course, it was not in school. Like in school, I was very bad at studying, and I used to do all my playing stuff. Like I was all busy playing cricket and all. So
Okay.
the moment when I started thinking that okay, this is something, whatever my dreams are, I'm not going to get any opportunity in that. Whatever I will have to do, I will have to focus on study and then look forward. So
Yeah.
the point I decided this, I tried to focus on studies, and it was not good for me. I mean, I couldn't do it that way. But but maths and English, these two subjects uh, interested me from that
Okay.
period. Like when I was in my class 8 or 9. Since then, I got inclined towards these two subjects, and that was the time I started translation, learning translation and all. And the tense was the first thing that I read. And when we read tense, or even if I teach some students here, I tell them only one thing, that look, if you are learning it for the purpose of learning tenses, all you have to do is first pick any one particular line translation, or like for
Yeah.
example, I I want to play cricket,
Yeah.
and then translate it in different ways, like say
Yeah.
positive, negative, interrogative, or interrogative, negative. So if
Yeah.
you do this regularly, the structure will stuck in your head, and then you
Yeah.
will not it
There'll be much
it
more
would not
clarity.
be, yeah, it would give clarity to you, and you there would be no issue to think that okay, this what a structure should be used for this particular translation and all. So this thing
Right.
I did, and according to that, I mean, these structures have stuck with me.
Helped you. All right.
Yeah, helped me.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well
another
done.
topic I'm giving you is, mm, do you know the meaning of ignorance is bliss?
Yeah, of course. And it can be answered in different ways. Like we say, education is important.
Yeah.
So of course, the knowledge is power. But sometimes ignorance is important. For example, if like I said, I was a pessimist. So
Hmm.
what I used to do, I used to read different newspapers or different news channels, and whenever I used to get those negative news, I was unable to detach myself from that, and I used
Okay.
to destroy whole my day.
Hmm.
So if we talk about in that sense, in that context, of course, ignorance is bliss, because I mean, you will be able to enjoy your present. You don't know what is going to unfold in future. In that way, ignorance is bliss. But most of the time, knowledge is important, and you don't need. I mean, if you are ignorant, it is not going to help.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. Now, tell me something about impact of technology on our health, if you have content on it, that is.
The first thing I would like to add, I mean, say here is, like I'm using spectacles, and I
Yeah.
have been using it for past 1 year, and
Okay.
it's all because of technology. Because had I not been indulged myself in watching the videos whole day long,
Hmm.
I would have been okay. But because it is just starting, like the normal eyesight is 6 by 6, and mine is 6 by 9. So it's all because of technology, and it is a general phenomenon. Because even kids at 1 year or 1.5 years are in today's era designed in that way that they get habituated to watching all this. Like
Yeah.
since they have been watching everyone around using mobile phones, so they get attracted to that, and they are doing this stuff. And the
Yeah.
other thing I would like to add is the kids of today's era, they hardly know, they hardly are aware with the outdoor game culture. And all they are doing is like indoor games on mobiles and laptops and all. So
Yeah.
that is not only affecting their eyesight, but also their physical growth.
Yeah.
So yes, technology in that way is, has done harm to our physical strength.
Correct. Okay. All right. Now, tell me something about the pros and cons of social media.
Okay, so if I talk about pros, there are so many, because we are able to connect with anyone with just with a fingertip of us.
Yeah.
So that is the one thing, and we have accessibility to all kinds of information, all kind of news that is really important for us, for
Yeah.
in any field, whatever we are doing or whatever we want to do, and even if we are enjoying for some entertainment purposes,
Yeah.
eh, we have so much information, and all this is because of the social media. So this is the plus point, and uh, I mean all the cons is just less for this purpose, because if we see the part of the cons, we would not be able to think over that, because whatever we are getting, we cannot be deprived of this all things. So the
Right.
pros is on higher side, but if we talk about the cons of the social media, of course, so like so many people, like if we talk about children, we talked about children, and then we talked about if you talk about the teenagers and all, so they are not using those informations in right way, but instead they are wasting their time. So
Yeah.
that is of course the cons, and that is really harmful as well.
Yes. All right. Anything else you want to add to it?
I can't collect anything right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, another idiom that I'm giving you is actions speak louder than words.
Yeah. So, like I explained you, I have been a cricket fan, and I
Yeah.
would like to give a straightaway examples of Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid. So these
Mm.
are the players who have lived this, and who have proved that this phrase "action speaks louder than words"
Mm.
exist there, because all they have done is like so many criticism when they were not doing good, but they did not reply back anyone.
Mm.
They just came back. They just went on to their practice session. They thought this is the thing that I have been using, so I need to focus on this. Why I'm doing wrong now? Let's practice again and then come back and try to perform it. And they did the same, and this says all. And even if not only the cricket, whenever we, even in general life, like if somebody backfires to you for something or other, if you are going to retaliate, it is not going to work anyway. But if
Yeah.
you work on that and then prove him or her wrong, it is good, and it is only way we should move forward.
Mm. All right. Okay. So, how long have you been teaching?
Uh, I have been teaching regularly for last 1.5 years, but I had started it earlier as well, and in between I was on a gap for
Okay.
some or
So,
the other reason.
okay. So, tell me, what is the most rewarding thing of being a teacher? Like, how do you feel?
If you are able to make someone improve, and you feel like, okay, this is what I have done, or
Hmm.
this is what I can do, I can help people to improve, And that is the best part of this teaching profession, or that is what I have felt. I mean, I have not been able to feel till now because I have not done that great till now. Uh, because of, I mean, of course, it depends on the person. Whatever you are able, whoever you are able to help, it depends on him or her as well. Unless they are willing to do something, you will not be able to achieve that height. So, like it is said, it is not the teacher who are good or great, but it is the students who make the teachers great.
Right. So you're saying
So,
you're yet to achieve that experience.
yeah, of course.
Okay. And are there students, so when students don't pay attention or are distracted, how do you cope with that?
It's like first thing I would like to try to know their I mean the situation they are in, or the reasons that why they are not able to concentrate and why they are not trying to or willing to work hard. So I would try to know that first. If they can be free with me or they can feel free to share, it's okay. Then I can change my way to help them. Otherwise, generally, it has not happened that way. That's why I'm unable to answer it properly. But
Okay.
this is the way forward, that if someone is not willing to work, just try to know the reasons first and then make them comfortable with you. And if they share all the things, then help them how to move forward. And of course, when they start working, of course, they will improve and they will make you proud, and you will also feel that, okay, this is the field I exist. This not only interests me, but it is also satisfying and rewarding.
Okay. All right. Okay. And is there any other topic that you specifically want to talk of?
Uh, I can't recollect any. I can't
Okay.
think of. Uh,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
So, do you wish to, if not Patna, is there any other city that you would like to live in and work in?
In our country or
Yeah,
anywhere else as well.
you can name any place.
So if I think about, I mean, I have not been to other places of India as well.
Okay.
I have been in Delhi as for sure.
Hmm.
So, but I don't think I would choose Delhi. I mean, maybe any South Indian place, or if not,
Is it
uh, then also like the extreme North Indian, like the hill station, some of
hills
the other hill
like
stations.
Uttarakhand, Himachal?
Yeah,
All right. Okay, great. And why is that so? Why hilly areas? Is it because you have
it's.
a love for
I mean,
mountains?
like I have visited some or the other hilly areas of Uttarakhand, and when I was there, I had enjoyed a lot. I felt, though their daily life is really tough because
Mm.
the stuff they have to do. I mean, they have to face all those hardships. Even
Mm.
I mean, for the basic things of daily life, how
Mm.
to arrange all those things. So it is really tough the way we looked at it. So of course,
Okay.
that is apart from enjoying, that is also challenging.
Yeah. And usually people over there are happier than people in cities.
Yes, of
That
course.
is also one stark difference that you see.
Right.
Right. Okay. All right. So it was a great talk. It was a great session. And you are doing well itself, like I told you in the beginning. You're able to speak fine. And yeah, just keep practicing and your language will get polished as you go. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Thank
we'll
you.
wind up for the day.
Yeah, lovely talking with you. Bye for
Okay.
now. See you again.
Bye. See you. Bye. Take care.